Okay, it actually was just raining, but the light just popped out. So maybe I'll sneak a flight in before it starts raining again. I was to go look for a gift for a child, and they basically really wanted a Hatchimal, like one of those toys, I believe, where it hatches from an egg. So basically it makes people feel like, oh my god, surprise! But look at the prices, holy smokes! What is this, like $80 to $90 for the regular size stuff? Like, what? I would imagine the main novelty of this is just the egg cracking, so I'm gonna try to find something with a little better value. Because I think once kids, they open it up and that's it, right? I don't think they're gonna value it much longer. Oh, it's actually getting pretty cold. It actually feels like it can snow if it was actually raining right now. I was trying to test some of those shots again about the going backwards and panning up. It's actually a lot more difficult. A lot of the stuff I read today was about trade wars, it seems, more specifically with China and the US. Apparently the US is going to introduce some kind of tariff on Chinese high-tech goods and all that. As it says here in a White House briefing, the administration intends to place about 60 billion tariffs on Chinese goods, with the bulk of them likely to be focused on the high-tech industry. And I guess according to this, from a US perspective, they're saying how it's not fair. Like they say, when they charge 25% for a car to go in and we charge 2% for the car to come into the United States, that's not good. That's how China rebuilt itself. And then on top of that, I read this story, how for that company Huawei, I remember reading that story before, how a lot of US phone carriers, they were thinking of potentially carrying it, but then all of a sudden they didn't. And I guess one of the speculation was there were warnings that there could be security reasons for that. And here it says Best Buys won't sell Huawei phones, laptops, or smartwatches anymore. I was like, wow, even more of a, I guess, a blow for them, I guess, for all those Chinese manufacturers. What actually got me super curious about this is the drones, because most of the popular drone products, like the DJI ones, they're Chinese. They're basically from China. So will that have an impact in terms of, in the future, will they be allowed to, I guess, import stuff like that here? Or will they get hit with a huge tariff and stuff like that as well? I always personally said anyways, competition is good, but again, with things like the drones, it seems like it's mostly the Chinese players that have the dominant leadership in the market, just because of things like the labor costs and everything like that. I still remember that Autel drone. I'm still trying to hear more about it, but there hasn't been much news about it, right? And in terms of drones, this one is actually pretty neat. It says Amazon's latest patent is a delivery drone that understands when you shout at it. Okay, that sounded interesting. It says Amazon has filed a patent for a delivery drone that responds when you call or wave at it. The patent was spotted by GeekWire, and the concept drone is designed to recognize human gestures and then respond accordingly. The gestures the drone would recognize include, for example, waving arms, pointing, the flashing of the lights, and speech. And it says the illustration shows a man widely waving his arms with a speech bubble next to his mouth. The human recipient and or the other humans can communicate with the vehicle using human gestures and aid the vehicle along its path to delivery location, the patent states. The patent gives an example of a shooing motion. Can you imagine that with controlling a drone? This isn't just, for example, like what you see for the things like those DJI ones where you stick your hand out and you wave and it goes left and right. This is actually like, say, for example, human gestures, like shoot, shoot, go away, and then he'll go back, or come on, come over here. That'd be kind of neat, actually. I'm trying to imagine it for delivery, because I would imagine that's the intent for Amazon. You have the drone right above you, you have your hands out, come on, drop it here. Technically, if you go higher and higher, it should get windier and colder, right? I'm just looking here, it says the pull down here is, what is it, 1 degrees? I go all the way up there, it says it's -2, and then the light is about -2 as well. Would actually be neat to kind of see whether or not the drones, like if I had the extra equipment, to see how hot or cold it gets when it's going up, because obviously the drone's warmer with the motors and stuff, but how much warmer does it get? Holy cow, that was one of the hardest shots ever. My hands are freezing. It's this black cloud basically went across. I was like, it looks really cool. My thumbs are getting all numb and stuff because of the cold. Hopefully I got some interesting ones at least, but I'm not sure how well it'll turn out in the editing. So I was more focused on just capturing the actual movement of the cloud because there wasn't much time. Ugh. Holy cow, my hands are freezing. Okay, talk about drone and heat. Here you go, quick look at it. So it's about, it says 12 degrees on the hottest point, or 13 right there in the middle. Okay, packing this up, it's freezing.
Please give an option, please.
Here's my new hobby instead of flying drones. Still so expensive, but this one, it came with a basket. It fit the Easter theme. The person wanted it, so why not? It's kind of the best value, I thought. What the heck is in this stuff? Contains simulated eggshell material. Do not drop or you may crack your egg. Oh my goodness. Alright, see you guys later.